I'm just gonna address that I look like a madman today, and you know what? I don't care. Thanks. Hello, beautiful beings. If this is the first time watching my channel, welcome. Here, I like to talk about mental health related things. I believe that if you work on your mind being a beautiful place, then your exterior and your outside world can be beautiful as well. Hence the name, You To Be Beautiful. If you are returning, just want to thank you so much for returning and watching my video. I want to take this time to acknowledge you. This is my beginning, and I just want to say thank you so much for being here. As you can see by my title, today I want to talk about yoga. Yoga for me has been a great inspiration, and yoga has been such an important part of my life that I need to talk about it. If you didn't know, there are websites out there for YouTubers to research things and keywords and all that. The burning question for people related to yoga is yoga a religion? Which I thought was interesting. So here I am to answer that question. If you didn't know already, I do try to practice yoga daily. Sometimes I don't have time to practice yoga. I do meditate every day. I will say that. The reason I do this is because I do want to become a yoga instructor one day, and I want to be a really good mentor for people. With that being said, I am studying yoga daily. I study the terms. I know the scripture. I'm gonna read all the scriptures. I'm still a student of yoga. Therefore, do your own research. So when I started my practice, I had no idea what yoga really was. I didn't know how deep yoga went. Yoga is a very serious craft. It's not easy. I have to be willing to let go of who I am today for who I can become and cut off all ties with the past self and be reborn as a new person, essentially. A new, healthy, best version of myself that is no longer related to past version of myself. In Western society, I do find that it's very hard to find a yoga instructor that actually knows what they're talking about. I'm saying that just because I want to bring awareness to the situation and how sacred yoga is, and Western society has totally made it into something that's physical. And I'm not saying that it's a bad thing for a person who practices yoga. Like, if you're just a person that wants to work out or wants to do yoga, any person that is practicing yoga, like, thank you so much for practicing and joining the community. I am just really trying to bring awareness to the fact that not every person that teaches yoga knows what they're doing, knows what they're talking about, knows about postures, knows about the meaning behind yoga, and they're teaching you something that essentially is not what yoga is, and you're learning from somebody that's never going to get you to the goal of yoga. It's never going to bring any enlightenment to you. It's never going to bring you anywhere. So no shade at people that don't know any better, but there's people that I know that are like acquaintances of mine that now they became yoga teachers, but you're not healed. You're not healed. Why are you teaching people yoga? With that being said, no matter how sacred yoga is not a religion at all. At all is yoga a religion. Yoga essentially means union of spirit, mind, and body. There's more to yoga than what I'm about to explain in this video because there's just so much to talk about. Essentially, yoga comes from India. Others can argue the origin, but yoga is heavily influenced by Sanskrit, and all their terms, all the poses, all the asanas is Sanskrit. So in my understanding, there's really no other origin because baby, it's in the language. Like, what are you talking about? That is the origin. It's India. With that being said, yoga is very, very heavily influenced by the culture, meaning their religion and their scriptures, and Hinduism, their verses, and the Mahabharata, and Krishna, their deities, and all that stuff, which is why I understand the question, is yoga a religion? But in fact, yoga is not a religion. Even though as a yogi, you have certain rules, it's more of a suggestion if you want to live a pure, clean life. It's like an onion. Like, you have to peel the layers back, and eventually everybody comes to the same realization. You have years and mentors and gurus and sages and all these people and all these mentors that did the work, and they all speak from experience. They all made the book, and they can all agree on fundamental truths. Eventually, if you do the work, you will come to these truths, and it's just known as truth to you. You are no longer longer just abiding a rule. All yogis don't eat meat. Like a true yogi don't eat meat because they believe in non-violence. Killing is violence. So even if you're not doing it by your own hand, you're contributing to the violence that was led to this animal being in your stomach. And so that's why yogis don't eat meat. Yogis don't eat garlic and onion because of the indigestion and the acid that it causes in your stomach. That energy affects your energy and it causes you to not be vibrating at a higher frequency. I don't eat onion anymore, but I do eat garlic salt because sometimes I crave it. I hope that one day I can be a true yogi and not eat garlic, but a yogi would not crucify me for eating garlic. You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, I know my truth and they know their truth, and it is what it is at the end of the day. It has its own interpretation. You can interpret yoga as you wish. You don't drink because the next day you feel like crap. It affects your liver. It affects your everything. So what you're ingesting and what you're taking is very important because you want your body to be vibrating at its optimal level all the time. You don't want to be blocked anywhere. That is the way that you can live in a meditative state constantly and be at peace constantly, is by doing these actions that will lead you to this realization that you are peace, you are love, and everything is in your control. That is what yoga is. The reason that yoga follows scripture and that yoga follows Hinduism is because it was born in India. So if it were to be born in like America or practiced by somebody that is Christian, then they would talk about the Bible and our gods like Jesus and Moses. The reason that it is spoken about in another way with other deities is because one can only speak from experience. So imagine the universe and God and energy and vibration just being this one point. And all of us around the world, depending on the experience and our backgrounds and all that we've observed in life, we all are watching this one thing. Some people are atheists, so they are experiencing life in a different shape, way, or form. But we're all observing this one thing. So essentially, yogis understand that every single religion has truth behind it, and that no matter where you come from, you are more than welcome to practice. You are more than welcome to observe the same thing. Yoga is literally the practice of observation. Yoga is the practice of observation of the self. I observe my body constantly. When I meditate, I observe my posture. I observe the way my hips sit. And now they're open because I'm concentrating on them. But when I meditate, I have been having extreme issues having my spine erect and in correct alignment. Why? Because my root chakra is in need of tweaking. And it's just these little observances. Like, you will never understand until you've been through it. So that's why it's so necessary to have a yoga instructor that has been through it and has done it and has reached the other side of realization and contentment and peacefulness, in order for me to teach you how to go and move and fix these inconsistencies in your body, these energies that are trapped, the trauma that you have in your sacral chakra, the trauma that you have in your throat chakra. I notice that when I tighten something or I do a move or I'm tense, my jaw cleanses. The practice of yoga is what you learn on the mat and what you observe on the mat, and observe it in your life. I notice that when I don't like something and something is bothering me, I tense my jaw. I go like that. Why? Because I'm blocking my throat chakra. Why? Because I'm afraid of taking up space. Now, I'm afraid of taking up space because when I was a little kid, I was always told to sit down and be quiet and don't talk. Don't talk, don't touch anything, be quiet. And that's how I survived for my entire childhood. That is something that I'm working on. I'm working on opening up and speaking up in a kind manner and in a compassionate manner, but also being able to express myself properly in order to live a peaceful existence. If I let people step on me, if I let people push me, if I let people do whatever they want just because I don't want to speak up and I want to be compassionate and I want to be meek, that's not fair to me. That is messing my psyche. That is messing with my energy. And at the end of the day, I'm doing nothing for myself. I need to express myself. I need to speak up for what is right. And that is what yoga is, just observing these things within my body. And eventually you're like an onion. You will peel yourself open until you get to your core and your essence and who you truly are, who I truly am, my light, my compassion, my worth. Take up space. It just comes with practice. And that is what yoga is. Yoga is not a religion. It just seems that way because the way that it is expressed is through stories of Hindu gods, and it's through scripture practitioner, but it is in no way, shape, or form denied to those who believe in Christianity, denied to those who are atheists, denied to those who are Catholic, because at the end of the day, we are all on this planet and we're all observing the same thing. We're all living the same life. We just have different lenses, different angles, different perspectives, different trauma, different generations, different parents, different everything, different. I have stuff that you not have, but I am able to learn from you because you trigger me, right? So yogis are supposed to be completely sober because there's no such thing as a crutch. How can you say you're truly happy and you're peaceful and you are relying on substances to escape reality, essentially? So I just want to mention right now today in this video, because I don't want to feel like I'm lying to the audience that is watching me and essentially maybe even looking up to me or being inspired by me. I want to say that I do smoke Mary recreationally. Like last night I went to a rave and I took 2 hits of a and I was freaking out because I'm like, oh my God, like, how can I do this? How can I be smoking this? I'm a liar. I'm living a lie. This, and that. Like, how can I be talking about not doing anything and being sober and all this crap? And here I am hitting this. And I quickly thought to myself, hey, this is okay. It happened. I already did it. It's a really big improvement from smoking Mary every single day, constantly, without being able to live without it. I used to go to work and be high as a kite all shift. I would drink a lot back then. I would kill bottles. I have a DUI. I lost track of how many times I've tripped. I don't know how I'm alive because I do have a long history of substance abuse and addiction. I shouldn't be so hard on myself. I would have been on my and tripping simultaneously and also smoking Mary. You know, 2 hits is way better than being the person who I was before. And also the fact that I have not drank in over a year is beyond incredible. And, you know, like, yo, props and credit to where it's due. So I just want to put it out there that I do that because I just don't want to feel like a hypocrite. I don't want to feel like I'm portraying this perfect version of myself when I know that I will get there and I know that one day I will be in balance. What that looks like, I have no idea. Will I always smoke recreationally? I don't know. With that being said, that is it for my video. I just wanted to put that last part in there because I feel like I need to come clean and I need to let you know that I smoke Mary, okay? I'm sorry if I let you down. I'm sorry if you're looking down upon me. I'm sorry if you're judging me, but that is my truth. And I'm gonna be as honest as I can throughout this entire journey. And I hope that one day I can be completely healed and in balance and speak from experience what that means and how to get there. But right now, I'm gonna make more videos on being facts, on research, and on little tips and tricks in here. I can only speak right now on how to notice that things are blocked because, like, that's all I feel. Like, I just have a blocked throat chakra. I have a terribly blocked heart because I suffer from jealousy. I'm just gonna be completely honest. I'm gonna let it all out right here. I suffer from jealousy and I suffer from judging people. I suffer from sometimes even entitlement. My entitlement is like crazy. I observe it and I realize it and it happens in my thought. I just try to focus that energy and filter it through my heart. I've been doing a lot of visualization to open up my heart. It has helped tremendously with the issues that I just mentioned. My root chakra is terribly closed. My sacral chakra is open and closed. I don't have an addiction problem anymore. I've gone to raves and not smoked. I think I've gone to 3 raves completely sober. Yo. So I have done it. I've done it. But yesterday, and I was like, people were bumping into me. People were hitting me. People were stepping on me. People were hitting on me. And I saw that and I was like, yo, let me hit that, please. Please let me hit that. And I did. And you know what? I regretted it in that first split second, but I was like, dude, like, live your life. We're alive. It is what it is. People are people. I am not perfect. And I would hate to portray that I am. I'm not. I'm far from perfect. Okay. So I hope that you liked this video today. Don't forget to comment, like, and subscribe. Take only what you need. Never more, never less. Don't be greedy, bitch. Bye.